Barrister, sir, on the 1st of August, there is a planned nationwide protest in Nigeria, and there are talks that the military or armed forces will be used to resist protesters. What do you have to say about this?
I want to say three things. Number one, principles, perspectives, and people. On principles, under customary international humanitarian law, particularly Rule 154 and Rule 139, that every member of the armed forces has a right and responsibility to refuse an unlawful order. So, I'm speaking directly to members of the armed forces in Nigeria, the police, the army, the navy, the air force, the DSS, and every form of security outfit in this country. You have a right to resist, to refuse, and to disobey unlawful command. So if anybody tells you on that day, on August 1st, where the people of this country are marching to have their voices heard, if anybody gives you an order to shoot them, to fire at them, to discriminate against them, to undermine them, you have a right to disobey. Police fall by Section 1, Paragraph B, Section 2, Paragraph B, Section 3, Paragraph A, Section 4, and Section 5. Makes it clear that members of the Nigerian police force are supposed to act under the confines of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria guarantees in Chapter 4 the right of peaceful assembly. On that day, Nigerians have decided to peacefully march across the city of this country to make their voices heard. As far as your conscience tells you it's the right thing to do, please go ahead and do it. Nobody should undermine you. No leader, no politician, not even your pastor. If your pastor tells you it is wrong to protest, turn your pastor's attention to Numbers chapter 26 and 27. God himself gave a decree that the inheritance will be according to those who were counted. Only men were counted, women were not counted. That was a decree from God himself. But the 5 daughters of Zelophehad, they protested. I don't want peace. Moses, their leader. They made a protest even against the declaration that God himself had made. And when Moses cried to God, God said, listen to them and grant their request. All through scriptures, I can point to you, even in the New Testament, Jesus led a one-man protest against the leaders, against the Pharisees, against the Sadducees, against the scribes, even those who turned his father's house to a den of thieves. Let no pastor, let no imam, let no rabbi deceive you that it is wrong for you to voice out against the injustice that is crippling this country. Because history tells us that any time the people rise up, the game changes. And when Nigerians have decided to rise up from docility, when Nigerians have decided to rise up from inactiveness, anybody that wants to blackmail you that it is politically motivated, tell them that drinking a 15 million naira 40-year-old wine is politically motivated. Tell them that in a situation where a man wears a 4 million naira Versace denim suit and still appears like a clown, it is politically motivated. Tell them that for people to no longer afford tomatoes, that they don't have to use watermelon to do stew, tell them it's politically motivated. Tell them the reason farmers cannot go to their farms to bring food is politically motivated. Tell them the reason why in this age and times the country has crude oil and still needs to import petroleum products from outside. Tell them it's politically motivated. Members of the armed forces, that's Section 56 of the Armed Forces Establishment Act. The law prescribes that you have a right to be insubordinate when they give you an order that expressly goes against the right of every Nigerian to peaceful assembly and to protest peacefully. You have a right to disobey. The court has declared in Inspector General of Police versus all Nigerian People's Congress that Nigerians have a right to peaceful protest, and no other law, no law can subjugate that right to peaceful assembly, to march, to protest, and to have their voices heard. So anybody, any police officer, any member of the armed forces on that day that shoots, that fires, that abuses, that tear gases, any Nigerian will not will mark you, will identify you, will go after you.
Criminal offensive side eye.